Can we give them another round of applause? That was amazing.
It's like, this is, I love new, and this is definitely new.
I can stare at their dresses and just everything. They also have these.
What's the?
The castañuelas.
So if you watch Candace in the morning, she likes sound effects, and none of it makes sense.
It
so.
doesn't. A little you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of sounds, at Christmas time we hear a lot of bells. We got jingle bells, right? We got church bells, silver bells.
Silver bells. There's ring doorbell bells,
that's true,
right?
I
And all
guess,
that other fun stuff. Holiday visitors, elevator bells while on vacation, letting you know that, hey, someone's there.
Yeah, well, you can't deny that there are a lot of Christmas traditions, as we've been talking about, which include bells. The Orlando Concert Band is going to play a collection, actually, of Christmas tunes all about the tradition of bells during Christmas.
right, real quick. This baritone sax player you have right here is grooving during the entire performance. So I just had to give that a cup.
We see you over there.
I see some of y'all. You're like sitting there like, yes, I got this. Look, Santa's a big deal. We know this. There's no question about that. When I was younger, though, listen, I'm a cop at heart, turned news anchor. Like, what is going on? So the instinct was always there, right? I'd always want to catch him, like, doing his thing, coming down the chimney, just laying out presents. Did you do that?
No. I was okay with him doing his thing while I slept. And I was always surprised when I woke up and just saw the presents under the tree.
Wow. Well, I was amazed, too, and I just wanted to see him just lay them down. Santa seems to always get away with laying out gifts unnoticed. He's like a secret agent who accomplishes his mission undercover.
Okay. So let's enjoy as the band and dancers have some fun with our tradition of a Santa Claus who works as stealthy as a secret agent.
I told you that the tiki-tiki-tiki-tikis were coming out. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm going to be doing that for like a week.
I know, it's so good, so good. All right, fun fact. The last recorded snowfall in Florida was what year?
Who's shouted out? Who thinks they know when the...
2022! Who knew that? Kudos. A weather nerd at heart, I like it.
Are you pointing at Carlos? Yes, Carlos. That's Carlos. I know him, actually, so that's funny. Because he didn't say it. He's just calling him out.
2022. That's right. January, officially 3rd, 2022.
In Walton County.
Walton County.
Yeah, up in the Panhandle there.
Yeah.
So interesting.
A little dusting.
All right. So any chance we're going to get some snow this season?
That's a dumb question.
Yeah, it is a dumb question. Like, I'm sweating up here right now. I have no business wearing jeans.
He knows more weather than probably anybody else because he has to listen to me talk and talk.
She's in my ear all morning long.
All day. Yeah, in 1977, though, the entire state got hit with like this Arctic blast. We even had Plant City recorded 2 inches of snow.
Wow.
Who was here in 1977?
Where's my 77s there? Anybody?
Oh, I see
All
some.
right. We see some hands still hanging around.
That was
Very
a good day.
nice.
That was a fun day.
All right, look. We always ask. It's that cliche question that we all ask a meteorologist. All right, you're excited. What is the current forecast that we're looking at? What's our like outlook the next couple of days?
Oh, next couple of days. Mid-80s this weekend, so
Okay.
even warmer Saturday and Sunday. Slight chance of rain Sunday. Front comes through again. Back to the 60s Tuesday and Wednesday.
And we all have the sniffles by Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Everybody.
So basically, my hopes for a traditional sleigh ride ain't happening, right?
No. Correct.
Okay. So
I mean, you can go up north.
all right, good. Roll down like the hill here at Lake Eola or something like that.
You could do that too.
So I'll settle for, how about a jet ski ride? Okay.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
All right, jet ski ride. And listen to this holiday classic by Leroy Anderson, Sleigh Ride. All right.
Okay, that's one of my favorite songs just because I tiptoe. Da, 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 da. I love it. All right, where are all my Nutcracker Ballet fans? If you're a fan of the Nutcracker Ballet, let me see your hands. Yes. So actually, it was based on a children's story written in 1816 called The Nutcracker and the Mouse King. But it wasn't until 1892 where writer Peter Tchaikovsky turned it into a ballet and wrote a story in the form of ballet based on that story. And since then, generations of audiences have been enjoying that magical story about the Nutcracker Ballet. So tonight, Flamenco del Sol, they're going to show us their interpretation of that classic story. Oh, there we go. So if you're not familiar with the Nutcracker story, it's about a young girl named Clara who receives a nutcracker as a gift from her uncle. She loves this toy, but then it breaks, and she's understandably very disappointed about that. So her uncle tries to console her and tells her, sleep on it, and we'll get to it in the morning. So she goes to sleep, and she just has this wild dream about her Nutcracker. She goes off to this magical world where the Nutcracker is the king of the palace.
This magical palace is special. It's made of candy. That's pretty special.
Oh, I like that.
While there, Clara encounters a series of fantastic dancers. One group is called the Miralitons. These are dancers dressed like candy, playing reed flutes.
Okay, nice.
Amazing, right? Are you guys still with me? All right. I just love how magical the Nutcracker is, right? I feel like it's just part of the essence of Christmas. We always think of Nutcracker with ballet, but this whole new fusion is just crazy, crazy. Is this the first time you guys have seen flamenco? Who here has never seen flamenco? Okay. We got some cultured people. Nice. I love it. Well, every part of this dream is an adventure, right? So the next question is what comes next for Clara? So now she starts to encounter dancers from a place far, far away. From Arabia. That's pretty cool. Now these are marvelous and mysterious dancers. You know them. They got those smooth gestures from a land far, far away. And their dancing is mesmerizing, a little bit exotic as well, which is just a really cool mix, not only for ballet, but combined with, well, flamenco. So let's watch this.
So this is our final segment of the Nutcracker. Young Clara meets dancers from her homeland of Russia. They do the Trepak dance. Anybody here know the Trepak dance? I see one hand. I don't know if you know it. And she is familiar with this dance. Clara is. Clara joins her fellow countrymen and dances in celebration. Flamenco del Sol has their own version of this dance. Enjoy the Trepak.
right, can y'all just stand out here for a second? Let's give a round of applause for Flamenco del Sol, you guys. Incredible. And of course, the Orlando Concert Band, give it up for them as well. It's been so entertaining to see these dancers. They are out here killing it, then they have to run back, change their clothes, come back out. It's a tradition, you know, to dance with a serious face. That's why I can't do that. Anyways, we're so happy that they were able to come out here and dance for us. So the Nutcracker is such a special tradition in December. The giving of a gift was really special for Clara in the Nutcracker story. And every December, New 6 is proud to partner with the Salvation Army to help give a gift to those in need, to children, thousands of children and seniors in the Orlando area. And that's why I wanted to bring out Salvation Army's Captain Ken Chapman. He is the hardest working guy I know and a friend, to talk a little bit about the Salvation Army's efforts.
Hello, Orlando, the city beautiful. I'm going to tell you, I am the most blessed captain in the Salvation Army to be appointed to the city beautiful. And it is you, the people out here, who make the mission possible. This time of Christmas is a time where we want to think about giving to others. But let me challenge you just a little bit more. You cannot live life for yourself. You have to live by serving others. And that's what we do every day, and we do it because of the great partnership we have with this incredible community we live in. And New 6, always getting results for 5,000 children at Christmas and 1,000 seniors.
Give it up for that.
Hallelujah. So God bless you, and Merry, Merry Christmas. You're making Christmas better for all of these folks. God bless.
Thank you so much, Captain Chapman. And just a reminder, if you are one of those who picked up an angel from one of the angel trees, either at Chick-fil-A or Mall at Millennia, it's time to return your gifts. So maybe go into that car, go into that closet, look for that slip. The gifts are due on the 8th. And if you need some information on where to drop off those unwrapped gifts, you can head to clickorlando.com. We have that article on the homepage. So thank you so much.
I got festive. So the Jewish faith celebrates Hanukkah in December. For 8 days in December, observers of Hanukkah light candles and open gifts on each of the 8 days. It is a special time with family, and this year the Jewish people have strong reason to embrace traditions and times with loved ones celebrating faith. Pray for the Jews and all the people affected by the tragedies in the region of the world.
And faith is full of traditions. Reading the Christmas story is a time-honored tradition. It reminds us of why the Christmas season is celebrated in the first place, right? The reason for the season. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all of the world should be taxed. So one need only hear these words to recall the amazing story of that first Christmas more than 2,000 years ago. Families, friends, cities, and many across the area continued.
I got it.
Got it? Communities have gathered ever since to hear the story of the birth of the Christ child. So let's take a moment to hear the word of the Lord through the Gospel of Luke.
So in those days, a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This was the first registration when Quirinius was governor of Syria. Now, all went to be registered, each to his own town. And Joseph, well, he went up to Galilee, from the town of Nazareth to Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of a house of lineage of David, to be registered with Mary, who is betrothed, who is with child.
Yep. And while they were there, the time came for her to give birth, and she gave birth to her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for them in the inn. And who was this baby? It seemed like such an odd way for the Son of God to come into the world as an ordinary child, born in obscurity, laid in a feeding trough.
The prophet Isaiah said that he had no form or majesty that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him. And yet this little baby caused the heavens to open, and the angels proclaimed that this was no ordinary child.
What child is this who, laid to rest on Mary's lap, is sleeping?
That was incredible. Wow. Continuing with the Gospel of Luke, and in the same region there were shepherds out in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were filled with fear.
And the angel said to them, "Fear not, for behold, I bring you good news of a great joy that will be for all the people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And this will be a sign for you. You will find a baby wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger."
And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace among those with whom he is pleased."
When the angels went away from them into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let us go over to Bethlehem and see the thing that happened, which the Lord has made known for us." And they went with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in the manger.
And when they saw it, they made known the saying that had been told them concerning this child. And all who heard it wondered at what the shepherds had told them. But Mary, she treasured up all these things, pondering them in her heart. And the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all they had heard and seen as it had been told to them. Wow. Crystal and I back there jamming out.
We were doing the dance. Born in an obscure village, he was the child of a peasant woman. He grew up in another village where he lived in poverty, was reared in obscurity, and worked in a carpenter shop until he was 30. Then for 3 years, he was an itinerant preacher. He never wrote a book. He never held an office. He never had a family or owned a house. He didn't go to college. He never visited the big city. He never traveled 200 miles from the place where he was born. He did none of the things one usually associates with greatness. He had no credentials but himself. He was only 33 when the tide of public opinion turned against him. His friends ran away. He was turned over to his enemies and went through the mockery of a trial. He was nailed to a cross between two thieves. While he was dying, his executioners gambled for his clothing, the only property he had on earth. When he was dead, he was laid in a borrowed grave through the pity of a friend. 20 centuries have come and gone, and today he is the central figure of the human race and the leader of mankind's progress. All the armies that ever marched, all the navies that ever sailed, all the parliaments that ever sat, all the kings that have ever reigned put together have not affected the life of man on this earth as much as that one solitary life.
This holiday, yes, that deserves a round of applause right there. Give it a praise. You can feel it. This holiday season celebrates traditions. Embrace the traditions that your family had when you were a child. Now, if you don't have holiday traditions, maybe take something what you saw this evening and incorporate it in your life. You can also start by showing generosity to your family, to your neighbor, to a stranger, to a person who is less fortunate than you, or the person who simply brews your coffee. Give someone else a reason to hope and to have joy. No matter how you celebrate, no matter what your beliefs are, that's really what the season's about, is hope and joy. And there is no one else that provides that to this community more than the Salvation Army. People in all types of need are benefited from our local Salvation Army. Give to them. Give generously. Your giving has a direct impact on the people of our city, and I tell you right now, it goes right back here to our community.
And Steve, singing Silent Night during this presentation is another tradition. Sing with me. Merry Christmas, Orlando. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing this evening with us. And, you know, it's great to have this tradition. And we're going to count down in just a few minutes. But before we do, we're going to ask the mayor of the great city of Orlando, Mayor Buddy Dyer, to come and present.
Woo! Good evening. We are thrilled to have the city's official Christmas tree lighting here at Lake Eola Park again, and I have joined by Commissioner Burns and Commissioner Sheehan in their festive gear. Actually, Commissioner Burns wears that all year round. We are so pleased to be joined by Captain Chapman and the Salvation Army. I know he's been out here and been introduced, but they are raising money with their Angel Tree program, so we hope that you will support them so that they can give a Merry Christmas to a lot of the young residents in our community. So, how great is it be here at Lake Eola? It should be 10 degrees cooler, just a little more Christmassy. Okay, we have news people here and weather people here. Talk to them about that, but I think it's going to get cold again next week. But we got all types of stuff here at Lake Eola Park. So, you can go over there in the Christmas Santa hat and walk inside that and take pictures. And there's all types of stuff all around the lake. But there's also stuff further into downtown. There is a giant reindeer on the front steps of City Hall that is so cool. There's something else over at Dr. Phillips Center. Sunbank Plaza has a really cool thing there too. And the Merry Market starts tonight, which is over on the other side. So plenty of things to do. There's going to be movies, there are going to be performances, and it's all family friendly, and it's all free. So we are turning Lake Eola Park into the Eola Wonderland. So special thanks to the Downtown Development Board, who is making our 64-foot tree possible with 88,000 lights. You can count them if you don't believe me. So we want to thank our sponsors tonight. The fabulous Orlando Concert Band. Our special guest performers, No Lonely Hearts and Flamenco del Sol. Our food truck vendors that are out there, Coke Florida and News 6. Okay, I want the loudest cheers for who I'm going to introduce next, and that is our city staff here at Lake Eola Park. So Quincy Richardson, Stephanie Coburn, and Chris Wallace, and all the staff here at Lake Eola Park. Give them a really big hand. So something that's interesting about this year, it's 100 years since we've had the first amphitheater in the park. And it wasn't exactly this amphitheater, but trust me, we had an amphitheater here 100 years ago. And you should learn some of the history about the park. This has been a racetrack at one point. Find the memorial to Orlando Reeves is somewhere here in the park. And there are a few swans if you look closely. So this season is a season of hope and wonder. So before we light the tree, we're going to have one more song that I hope you spread the cheer. Let there be peace on earth.
There be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Christmas, happy holidays. And now for the grand finale of the night, Trooper Steve, take it away.
Can you hear me? There we go. You know, I got the power of Santa and Mrs. Claus sitting over here next to me, making sure that this mic works. So as of right now, I think we're ready to light this tree. Are you guys ready? Make some noise. All right. So we're going to do this together from 10. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7,